All
So I
right.
brought my bong.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes.
I haven't had a bong in so long. This one won't let me get one.
You know what? I cannot find my grinder, so I was like, all I really need is like one hit because I'm kind of already high. I had it.
Yeah. That's nice.
But I just want to be able to join you.
Yes, and wait, you have to know your level. You have to know. I mean, because right now, with being at home, you know, in the first 3 months of the Caucasian, beat sales were like crazy, and I knew people that were like, I have friends of mine that were like, I've been spending so much money on weed, but it's like, what else do you do? Like, what else do you do? And most people that do medicate, they're functioning, so they're able to do smoke, do work still, you know. So
I'm lucky enough to not have spent as much money for weed during COVID. Yeah. I've been blessed by people.
Oh,
I love when my supply is getting a little low and somebody's like, here, I have this gift for you.
Oh, wow.
You know?
I need to know more of your friends.
Have some weed.
Right?
You know, this should last you a while.
Like, you know what? I will make it work. Thank you.
Yes. Here's some edibles. I made these for you. Like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, I have some let's see, really good ones. We have it here already. We have the cups. So this brand here.
Oh, fuzzed.
We'll have to cut off infused. Ooh. That's funny that it's like showing clear because of my background.
Yeah.
So they have an inhaler. And it is genius. So I know that I want to say one of the brands that didn't make it, you know, after going legal. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of brands, but they were the only ones. And I thought that was genius when I saw that. I said, that's a great product. That's something that has not been tapped into yet. And it is something that is attainable. Can you say something real quick? I'm testing my headphones.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we're good now. I'm sorry, go ahead. He's talking to me at the same time.
I have a quick question or just statement. I do have to be somewhere at 10:30.
Oh, we'll be done.
So, okay.
I was going to keep you since I'm running late. I like to talk.
Okay.
I was going to try to keep it to about 30, 45 minutes.
Perfect. Can I go grab some ice real quick? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to get started. So I am going to play a little bit of what my slap of I have a slap of the moment, what I call every week, you know, a song, because music is life, but this is everything. And if anybody that says there's something wrong with the song has issues. All right, that's about enough I can play. I can't afford to play Cardi, right? I can't afford to pay Cardi or Megan. So, welcome, everyone. So, you know who this is. It's your girl, the MenagewiththeMariJayneMaven, and this is Menage with the MenagewiththeMariJayneMaven podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us for season 2. Really appreciate all of the support. Want to give a special shout out to some of our newest listeners, and that is in New Zealand. Great Britain. My bad. We're international everywhere. I just confused them. So, Great Britain is our newest area that we've had subscribers and listeners. I really appreciate you all. Same thing that I said last season. I would love to know what it is that you guys love about me. So just, shout me out and let me know what it is about the podcast that you guys love and appreciate. And, I want to give some people some merch. And, I am going to go live one day where we're manifesting this into big things. So your location may just be where I go. You never know. So, you guys got a lot of work to do. France is still about 70% of my international listeners. So you guys want to keep up with that. But so we have today, I have a beautiful guest co-host. I met this, once again, social media, kind of brought us together. Probably following you for 2 years now, if not a little bit more. When I left corporate sales, you guys heard the story. I made it my, did my due diligence and made it, a mission for myself to find my tribe, to find my group, especially people of color that were also, utilizing cannabis in their lifestyle and in their careers and just everything. It's completely encompassed it. And this beautiful queen here was one of the individuals that I was very able to meet and very lucky and blessed to be able to meet. So I would like to introduce you all to the beautiful, and I actually like to let people like kind of pump themselves up. So I'm going to let you, so I'm going to go, and you go ahead and you let everybody know who they're looking at right now.
Hi guys, my name is Sade Renee. And do I say a little bit about myself or just say my name?
Girl, like I said, I like to let you guys have your flash. Turn up, so go ahead.
Okay, great. My name is Sade Renee. I am born and raised from Sacramento, California. I am a cannabis advocate. I'm a yoga instructor, and I offer cannabis-friendly yoga sessions. So
nice. Yes. So if you guys are, there's a couple in Sacramento, and I will say that these women support each other, in their ventures. But not everybody's class is going to be for everybody. Okay. You want to make sure that you find the right one for you, the right practitioner, and join them. Maybe you're somebody that is, a person of color. Yoga was not something that we've always done. Yoga is not something that we've always looked at as people of color. It's always been like a yuppie thing, a melanin deficient kind of activity. We didn't see the benefit, but what's so interesting is that we actually started yoga, with Komet. And so we actually have much more of a connection to it than we believe. What I love to see is in the last couple of years, we have been on a movement, and this movement has taken us more towards health and wellness and having control over that health and wellness. Your mental health is huge, and yoga encompasses all that. It really makes you a much stronger person. So I definitely want to talk about your journey into that, how you decided to infuse the two, and we'll jump into that. But of course, you guys know we got to start off with the bullshit. We have to. So in order to do that, I'm going to jump into the quote first, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into just a couple of things. And the first topic I don't want to say is bullshit, because it's a lovely, beautiful, strong queen who just got the best nomination that I think that she could have. And I know we all know I'm talking about Miss Kamala and her vice presidency. So we'll get into that. But this quote does have to play along the lines of, of the strength that we're going to be having in the White House, because I'm claiming it. It's going to be Uncle Joe. I love Sleepy Joe. I love him. I don't know why y'all so mad at him. He's old as dirt. What do old as dirt people say? Shit that you don't like. Get over it. But yeah, so we'll get there. But the quote for this week is, she was fierce, fearless, determined. She loved hard, and many couldn't handle her type of passion, and intimidated the weak, but strengthened the strong. Facts.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. So, as a woman of color, and as somebody that's pursuing, entrepreneurship and doing what she needs for herself, you can relate to that. Especially as a Black woman, you're passionate. That actually turns over to being aggressive. You are steadfast. That turns over to you being a bitch. Why do you think that is? I mean, I know it's a lifelong thing, but why do you think that is? And mostly related to women of color. And growing up in Sacramento, as I have, we've seen a huge change, kind of happen. Do you feel like you've ever dealt with that growing up in Sacramento? So it's kind of a twofold question. Where do you think that comes from? And then have you experienced it here in the area? Or in your lifetime, I'll just say.
Well, I have experienced it. I would start off saying first, I think it comes from conditioning, honestly, like years of conditioning. And that's in various communities. I feel like because of media and what is the image that is put out there for Black people.
Yes.
I feel like it has conditioned other people to maybe feel threatened or intimidated by a Black person's tone, or when they speak up.
Scared of us, period, though. And if you really look into the history of that, why that is because let's just say that some of the colonizers knew that they were doing dirt and knew that they weren't, I say this. and everybody that's listening, don't take any harm to it. If you take harm to it or you take offense to it, it's kind of true. Okay, don't try to Nick Cannon me. I don't work for Viacom. Don't try to take my shit away. But I'm gonna be real and be honest. Either some way, somehow, the others have found out. I won't say the others, but colonizers and people that don't believe have found out our true passion and our true power, and they are really trying to just, calm that as much as possible. My husband and I have been on our own journey in the last probably 3 years, and that is to find out our true identity. I really want to know what my ancestry is without you telling me, because every time we delve more into it, we find out that you guys have lied, or there's some untruths to it. But we can jump into that. I don't want to take away what you were saying here. So you were saying that you definitely have experience, and that it's come from conditioning.
Yeah, I feel like to a certain extent, young Black women, young Black little girls coming up have been conditioned because, again, it's a generational thing. Yeah. And mothers coming up, trying to work, take care of the kids, be a wife.
Yes.
Sometimes you've had to assert yourself a certain way in a work environment that isn't really true and authentic to yourself.
Girl.
So that's why I feel like the conditioning comes in, and it's like, okay, how do I break from that and still be true to myself and show that I'm worth this position that I'm working, without having
you deemed me eligible to work at. I have all the skills. So why is that when I'm in this environment, I'm being put to the test? And it's very frustrating.
Or polish myself around what a certain image that society has of how a woman should be at work, and
how you should speak on the phone.
Yeah, and that's usually not followed by any women of color. They don't. It's Black women, Latino women, Indian women. It's you can hear it in our voice. And it's like, the fact that we have to go into a job and try to talk like this and not sound like who we are.
Yes.
Instead of just being like cool and being confident and being like, hey, I'm here.
Be like, bitch, what? I've been saying bitch when you're at work, but be like, girl, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I did it. I did it for years. I was in corporate sales. I was in customer service. I mean, my name was my very first big customer service job where I was making money off of your production as well as an hourly. Providian, I always shout them out. Anybody that worked at Providian in 99 or 2001, what's up? We kicked it. But my name was Barbie. Hi, this is Barbie. I'm calling with Providian. Oh my God, may I speak to? Oh my God, I'm so silly. I forgot the name. Oh, okay. Ken, may I speak to Ken, please? Like, just so I could make my sales and so that I could seem, approachable, or that, they would feel comfortable.
I've literally done the same thing.
I
changed my name at work and got it okayed by my manager.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they can definitely say, oh, it's to protect you, and oh, it's to make you a better salesperson. You're absolutely okay with the fact that I'm not going to come across as whatever you deep down see me as. So and that's infuriating, especially for young people now that are maybe getting into like a call center work environment or something like that. I think it would be very confusing for them right now. Like, should I be proud of who I am? My hair is natural. I'm this, I'm that. But then I'm being told that, I shouldn't go by my name. Lene. Lack for a better word, guys. I'm sorry. But the lack of a better name coming in my head right now. But the fact that you would have to change, like, let's say your name's Lene. I don't know. Maybe it's a name of a queen. Who knows? But you're not going to go in there and say that. You're going to go in there and say your name's Lene. Or maybe just name, and we need to become comfortable with that we are who we are. Look, Black people, we're creative. Okay?
Yeah.
You may name your name.
I have worked at a job, and I got so frustrated when people would mess up my name, and when I would, politely correct them, but they were trying to have it. Huh?
How hard is your name? Like, they've never heard of Sade.
I've gotten so many different things, but when I've had to have a debate with people about what my name is, I've been told that the American way to say my name is Sadie, and I had to quickly remind somebody that my name is not an American name; it's a Nigerian name.
Hey, I know
where my
name
comes from. Yes.
I did not know
So
that.
yeah, so it got to the point too, and I was also working at a job for so long to where Sade was over it, and I
Oh.
created Megan, and my boss was like, "Well, are you going to respond to Megan?" I'm like, "Yes, because Megan has time today."
Right? Because
Sade,
Sade's time's been
but
over for a minute, right?
yes,
Yes.
but it worked, and I didn't have to worry about people messing up my name. It was still people messing up Megan, which I didn't understand, but it was easier
Folks can't
than,
read. Read a book, y'all.
yeah.
Read a book.
And the people that didn't know my name would just sing to me. So
Yeah, right? Yes. Well, first of all, I love that. I want to know how many of you all knew that Sade was a Nigerian name, which kind of makes sense because now that I think about it, the singer, isn't she half Nigerian?
yes,
Duh.
yes,
Mind blown.
yes.
Okay, that's awesome. That makes her last album one of my favorite songs by her even more prevalent. Now I get it even more. The song she's talking about diamonds. I love her so much.
Yes.
So good. We need some Sade in the
Yes.
world. Sade, I know you watch, girl, because everybody watches me. So let's just go ahead and get a new album out. I appreciate it. No, so I can relate to that. That's interesting how, and I have to say this to anybody that's in the industry working a 9 to 5, and you have a situation like what we just described, having to change your name or play parts for people. Look, let them know I have had it today, but Alyssa is ready. Whatever you need to do to be able to still get that paycheck, and that allows you to work on your passion and purpose. Remember what I said? This season was going to be about passion and purpose. Pivoting in the face of hard times, and really just tapping into what we're supposed to do. This universe was completely mapped out before us. We all were, our puzzle pieces were determined and assigned to each of us this whole time. We all have a responsibility in this big formula that is the world, that is human race. And if you don't do your part, human race, I think our society will never make it to where it needs to be, where it's supposed to be. So that's the weekly Mary Jane Maven hippie conversation. Like some people like to say, but I truly believe in it. I know that it's changed my way of thinking. It's changed my life in the past 4 years for me to understand that everybody is purpose, everyone. And when you can finagle life to be able to get to that, it's so much better. So if you need to go ahead and be a Megan or an Alyssa or a Barbie or, freaking Connor, I don't care. Whatever it is that you have to be, do it, get that paycheck, and then continue to prove yourself. It's just, something you got to do, guys. I've worked for, I was one of those that wanted to work as soon as I got a work permit. So I was working since 15. And always worked with, melanin deficient individuals in Elk Grove, no less. So I learned very quickly about assimilating. Is it a bad thing? Depends on the situation. If you got to assimilate to get that job interview, do it. And then once you get that job, after a couple months, getting there and just whoever you are that you want to be.
Afro flowing.
Man. Okay. Wear some sliders and socks. Like, do what you need to do.
Yes.
But just be you. Because no matter what, you're still performing. You're still being that employee that they saw benefit in. So I'm a benefit. But yes, guys, let's get on moving, because I'm sure the guests are probably like, girl, you've been talking, and we have not had any spark and salutations. So you guys know, before we get into the shit, we're gonna talk about a little bit about the pop culture, and then get into letting Sade kind of explain what it is that what her purpose is, and how that purpose can help you to discover yours, or at least optimize your health and wellness. So as you guys all know, shout out to Chaz, shout out to Lacey B, shout out to all future guest hosts, and a shout out to all of you out there, my connoisseurs. So this, what I am getting ready to light up here, courtesy of Chapo. So good. Yes, courtesy of our folks at Chapo. This is the very nice new strain that everybody likes, Obama Runs.
Ooh.
Girl, bye, girl. Hiya. So if in about 20 minutes, you're gonna be like, ooh, she lit. Yes, I am. So if you guys haven't tried it, get your hands on some. I know the next strain I want to try is the Pink Rosé, which is Rick Ross's brand or strain. Well, somebody grew up for Rick Ross.
I did it right.
I mean, right? I mean, when he handed a big ass bag to Snoop, speaking of, actually, this wasn't even on topic, but let's talk about it. Did you watch the Versus challenge?
For which one?
2 Chainz and Rick Ross.
I didn't watch it, but I listened to it on Tidal.
Okay, girl, you have to have the visuals as well. Okay.
You do?
Girl, they put on a performance. It was not a challenge. They weren't in like separate locations. They were the same locations in the studio somewhere. 2 Chainz bought out strippers.
I didn't tune in then.
Yes, girl. Essential workers were on their jobs. Okay. Yes. And then Rick Ross had nerve to take off his shirt.
Girl, he gotta show that belly. He came a long way.
Oh, he has to show those chicken wings, and everything that's working for him.
Yes.
He had a girl come out, also an essential worker. She's a massage therapist, I'm assuming, and give him a massage. While he did some of his songs. So, who would you say you're a bigger fan of, Rick Ross or the 2 Chainz?
Man,
I was tough with that.
That's kind of tough. I've been listening to Rick Ross way longer.
That's what a lot of people
love 2 Chainz though. Like I dig his whole personality. I love him on expensive.
Oh my gosh.
I love that show.
I love when he's like, oh yeah.
Yes.
And they like,
yes.
Like he can afford it, but he's thinking like, ain't nobody buying that shit. Like I want to buy it, and he can afford it. Yeah.
And he'd be like, I'm taking one of them home.
And he's like, where's mine? He's not even trying to be like, buy one. Where is mine? And they all have something
He'd be letting them know.
Yes.
I'm gonna have one specially ordered with 2 Chainz on it.
Yes. Don't let it be like some expensive alcohol or something like that. He's like, so where's mine? Where's my gift bag?
Exactly.
I think he was a perfect fit for that. I always say that there are some rappers, the Baby being one of them, who is charismatic, and they have the three things that you need to be a celebrity. He one with 2 Chainz, he has an education. So let's shout that out right now. You want to be a rapper? Great. Get your education, guys. You want to be able to make sure that nobody's stealing your money. You want to be able to make sure that your deal is not a horrible deal. You don't want to work hard and tour to make somebody else's pockets fatter. You want to be able to make yours fatter and pass on generational wealth, to your children.
Yeah, that goes outside of if you're even pursuing music, just in general.
Everything. Yes.
It's just really educating yourself and gaining knowledge. That's the one thing my dad always told me, is that they
Yes.
They can take anything that they want away from you, any material, but they can't take the knowledge that you have stored. So it is so important. Yeah, it's so important when you go into business for yourself to know what contracts you're signing.
Read, guys.
Read.
The
investors that you're partnering with, that you're giving a percentage to your company.
Yes.
If you don't know, hire somebody that knows what you are about to sign off on.
Or research it and learn yourself so you can take care of yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
The hubby, chiming in, guys. He is
here. How you doing?
Hello.
But yes, no. I'm gonna finish talking about Rick Ross and 2 Chainz, but I do definitely want to jump back into that because they both actually have an example of you have a career. Like most people will be like, rap. What you mean you got alcohol? What you mean you got a chicken Wingstop or whatever that Rick Ross has? Yes, you are always needing to diversify your money, and you always need to make sure that you have multiple streams of income coming in. Some of which you don't even have to work for. Okay, that they just come in. And
while you sleeping.
Yes, and speaking of, I do have a great way that you will be able to do that yourselves, guys. So really quickly, let's talk about Black Business in a Box, which happens to be one of the sponsors here. Black Business in a Box is a great way for you to be able to start a fully, ready to go business. They handle everything as far as the back end. You do have to, of course, promote and let everybody know that you own a eyelash store. Maybe that's what it is. They have tons of different businesses that you can get. And the whole business in the box deal is that it's already ready for you. So you pay, and it's less than $500. I will provide you a code, which will get you a little bit off as well. Because Black folks, we always got the hookup. So got the hookup for you. Look, right? Always got the hookup. But in any way that I can help to foster and elicit a way that you are able to be free of having to work for anybody and having to be an employee, I'm all for it. So with Black Business in a Box, it's very easy. You can go to their Instagram. Their IG is Black Business in a Box, or you can go to the website. And then, of course, you're going to go ahead and drop a code. And the code is going to be, give me 1 second, because I should already have that up. My bad. It's like MWTMM 10, but hold on. If I'm not able to find it, which the producer is going to be angry at me about, it will be in the liners of the video. But they are fantastic for what they do. You guys, I have way too many things that I do already, and I don't need to add anything into my plate, but I do. You should hear the hubby. Another affiliate? Yes, I'm an affiliate for another company, because that's money that, like Sade said, sleeping, it comes in. So, so as I was saying, Black Business in a Box, that's going to be your way, and that's a great jumping point. And what I love is that they say as well, this isn't the end all be all. Start with us on Black Business in a Box, and then, move that over into whatever your true passion is. So I love that they say that as well. They don't say just come here, we have the answers. I can't find the code right now. My bad. It'll be here, or I'll drop it by later. I know. That's why he loves me. So yes, so Black Business in a Box is going to be the way, like I said, one of the ways that you guys can jumpstart being able to be an entrepreneur and pass on that generational wealth. So jumping right back into what we were talking about, 2 Chainz, Rick Ross. From the moment that I heard about it, I immediately said there was going to be 2 Chainz. We're huge 2 Chainz fans in this house. He's only been to Sacramento once. We saw him. That man is tall as hell. I didn't realize he was this tall. And he puts on a great performance, and he was in a wheelchair and kept getting his ass up out the wheelchair. Yes, he had broken his leg, kept getting his ass up out the wheelchair and using the dancers and shit so he could walk back and forth across the stage. And we were all like, if you don't sit down. But so shout out to Titty Boy. We had here, we kept track, and we had 2 Chainz as the winner, the easy winner. And it was, do you remember the numbers? 14.
I don't, but I got him. Hold on 1 second.
He has them. He's serious about it. I wish you guys could see his face right now.
They were tripping.
Yeah. We were following social media. We were, following other people. And I didn't get, I get, like you said, you listened to him get longer. So maybe that was part of the reason that people felt the way that they did, feeling that, that Rick Ross had it. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Now, the only time, and I was like, do not play these 2 songs against each other, is what we were saying. We were like, if he plays Diced Pineapples and 2 Chainz plays Duffelback Boy, I don't know. And of course, that's what they did. Because Diced Pineapples, to me,
but that was just a tie. That round was a tie.
No, it was a tie. But still, flawless. If he would have played that song against another one, he would have won. Don't you think? Yeah. Yeah, he would have won. Rick Ross definitely has more songs that I thought I knew that I didn't know about. That I'm like, oh, that's right. He slaps a little bit. So he did good well on that. But I love these verses. I hope that this is not just a Corona thing, because that's how it started. I know that there's big talk about Chris Brown and Usher. Who do you think would take that?
I'm a big Chris Brown. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Hubby's like, what? Who?
No, look and listen. I love Usher. Usher.
Me too.
But Chris Brown, I've seen them both in concert. He be singing and dancing his motherfucking ass off.
But it's not a dance competition.
I said singing.
Chris Brown.
His voice don't be cracking.
To equal Usher's first 3 CDs. 7 o'clock.
Sorry.
In my drop top, cruising the streets. Yeah.
Yep, that's cool. But Chris Brown, even his Yo, Excuse Me, Miss, compared to that, that was like his early.
He needs to go get some Marion. He can take a Marion. He can take a Marion.
Oh, that would even be fair. So Marion has Icebox and Touch. That's it. That is it.
What Chris Brown got?
So
it got to be.
That's it. Like it would have.
I mean, not got to be, Yeah, got to be with Chris Brown and Janae. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Chris Brown. I said this. Chris Brown could go out there and put on his verse of "Function," the remix, over and over and over and over and over again, and keep moving. Like that's just off of that verse right there.
What was the song with Usher when they was in the? It was a playoff of the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio when they was in the council. Yeah, raw, can't beat it. Raw, can't beat it. And then what about the album when he broke up with
White China?
What about when he broke up with Chili? That album.
When he got broke up with?
Whatever. It still hit everybody. And all y'all was just in the club, but I'm telling you.
I mean, we had this conversation, and we did this one night. We, pulled up YouTube, and we just went, we went back and back, but then we ended up just like falling into a, YouTube's, spiral verse.
I agree.
And ended up on something completely different.
Sada Baby Raw.
You said who?
Sada Baby.
Oh yeah, we did end up on Sada Baby. Yeah, we did. I don't know how we started looking at Usher versus Chris Brown and ended up on Sada Baby. I don't know, but we did. Yeah, I thank you so much. I'm so happy that a fellow queen has my back there, because I would be Chris Brown again. I love me some Chris Brown.
That
love me some Chris Brown.
Only reason y'all saying Chris Brown is because recently Usher was saying that they said that Usher was burning people.
No,
so
that's nothing to do with it. I don't care what he's doing.
If this was right after Rihanna, then it'd be Usher all day.
No.
I absolutely love Usher. I love Usher. But if you're asking me to choose between the two, I'm sorry.
Who would we be bopping more to? Like, remember, watching DMX.
His last few CDs, he only has about 2 or 3 songs.
He doesn't have to play his last few CDs. He only has to play the
song
first.
That he has with, the song that he has with Little Dicky is fire, babe. I mean, he made a song with Little Dicky where they switched bodies, and the song was fire. Like, come on.
It's still not gonna compare. That's a rap song, so they wouldn't put a rap song against.
They didn't say. Look, they've been playing loose and fast with the verses.
They can't put a rap song against an R&B song.
Chris Brown put like 57 songs on his CD, so in 2 years you still gonna find some gems on the album.
And be like, I never even realized I had this song. Yes, yeah, he does.
Go back and listen to the first 3 Usher CDs.
Look, I was watching.
It might be the first 2, skip one, and then
No Guidance yesterday. No Guidance video. I mean. Come on.
There's not a Chris Brown album that I wouldn't skip though.
That's
the only reason why I'm saying skip one is because I just don't remember what exactly it is. One of those, either the third one or the fourth one, is when him and Chili went through it, and I'm telling you, everybody loved that CD.
But then think about what was out at that time. That was life. Like that album was like that.
Everything about the verses is when the song came out. How was you feeling?
True. I mean, the thing that he would have is he would have. I mean, that song just
Teddy Riley beats Babyface because I know more of the songs that Teddy Riley played.
Oh,
as his.
We watched that. No.
For me, I know more of those songs. Teddy Riley sucked it off. Teddy Riley fucked it off. But the songs, come on.
Like I was like, hey, okay. It was something. He was over there.
I knew the Tevin Campbell songs. I knew his songs, but I didn't know all the songs by then. I knew the Tony song.
Who? What R&B's? What?
Tony.
That Babyface it?
Yeah. Wasn't it? See?
No. I do remember that he said he wrote "Can We Talk?" or no. I'm Ready. He said he wrote it when he was 15 and gave that
one for Tevin Campbell. Yeah,
which is fire. So if you guys haven't watched that one, watch that one too. But yes, so. All right, I know we're just off on another tangent here, but I don't think it's going to be Chris Brown versus Usher. I don't think, I just don't think it's gonna come to fruition. And then watch that's gonna be announced next week. I would like to see somebody that could be. See, we don't have enough girl groups. I'd like to see a girl group one, like a Pussycat Dolls against the Danny Kane, but neither one of them.
I want to know who's gonna go against Mary J. Blige.
Girl, I mean, that's a tough one. So I don't know if you watched the content creator Kev on stage. If you don't, and if you guys don't, please do. This man is an inspiration to me, and he is definitely putting other Black content creators on the market. I mean, he is blessed beyond measure to do what he's doing. So I don't get all emotional, but it's just so powerful. but he has a podcast with another content creator who's actually an actress. That chick Angel, who is hilarious. So definitely add that. Like, she is hilarious. But she said, whoever can't sing, but who can step big and dance wild. She's like, whoever can do that is who Mary Jane needs to match. And I was like, that's funny. But I don't know who would go against Mary Jane. I mean,
I'm confused on why people are saying Mary J. Blige can't sing. That song with Method Man is raw. I don't hear no problems with it.
That song is timeless.
It's perfect. Timeless. But so there, she also says Shy can't sing. So
no, well, she didn't like that because dudes are singing it.
No, but I'm saying she says they can't sing. I'm just saying that
Shy is raw.
There's people that actually can sing that will go ahead and point out the people that can't. Ashanti can't sing a lick. To save her mind, your life. That girl can't sing. Okay, she can go, oh baby. That's it. She cannot sing. She can't dance. She can't sing.
And she did not do bad.
Because her mom was right there, like.
I think it was a long time ago before she like kind of disappeared for a while before she popped back on the scene.
Before Nelly broke her heart really bad. Because they want to act like that's what it is.
That she had was good. That's exactly that's how her perform.
Y'all don't know.
I was like, okay.
My opinion. That's why she disappeared for so long, because I think her and Nelly has something going on, and because I heard her and Nelly, and then somebody else said, well, her and Ja Rule, and I was like, who is Ja Rule? It's disgusting. I don't care what deal you would say that you're gonna give me. I'll be like, I'll pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so supposedly it was around time that Nelly did her dirty. I don't know. Double check that. I just heard something.
Right.
But yeah. So I can talk about this all day. And I know that you're also, because you are also a performer, you're creative. So actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. How has it been? Like you said, you go out, you do yoga, but how has it been with you not being able to perform? If you guys don't know, she is a dancer as well.
Yes.
We have a dancer here. Love it. So how's it been? Do you just find yourself dancing at home? I mean, there's like groups or clubs or anything that you belong to, organizations, they're not able to meet up and do anything. Yes. So how's that been?
Well, I've been a little sad because I do miss my sisters that I dance with. I dance with Hundreds Unit out here in Sacramento.
I know.
Travel.
Concerts, yes,
performances like NBA, NFL.
I was signed up for the 49ers game 2 seasons ago. I was signed up for that, and it was 3 seasons. What was this, 20?
Yep.
Something happened.
We don't talk about what year this is.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't the year that my sister-in-law passed, but so something happened around the time that I wasn't able to do it. But it's a great organization. If you guys don't know and you're here locally, definitely check it out. But yeah, so
all
you guys
about
have been able to
empowerment. Yeah. The last time we got together was when Beyonce dropped Black Parade. And so if you go on YouTube and search Hundreds Unit, we did like a little visual to the song, and we're all representing Black women, different Black women that have changed the world, have inspired
so beautiful.
The culture,
so
yes. So if you guys can check that out. But I miss them.
What was the name of it?
Hundreds Unit Black Parade. But it is great.
Women of all different shapes and sizes, guys. Let me tell you. I mean, age, yes, ethnicity, yes.
And a lot of the women too are also entrepreneurs.
Yes, they are.
Mothers, and they're like balancing it all and figuring it out. And I just miss us coming together, even just rehearsal. You know
how powerful that is. I don't think we realize enough until we do it. I will say, like I said, when I started coming into the industry, I was looking for my tribe, and I realized that where you may not be involved directly with that tribe day in and day out, you are building that by having that connection. And then when it's even more powerful when women are together. And if you look a lot into our history and things that women used to do together, I mean, bathing together, in a huge pool, and just, florals and just different things like that. And it would be during like yucky times of the month. But there was some power within that. Like if we just start kind of thinking that way again, I'm not saying that we all got to take a bath together during flow time. Not saying that. But taking the, you know, the basics and the foundation from that is super important. So, you don't find it yet? There you go. So it's super powerful, and I definitely I've spoken with the like the head of, you know, the founders, a couple of ladies. I've spoken with them a couple times, and they're always like, look, when you can come, come. We're not gonna be like, oh, you hit us up 3 or 4 times. When you can come, come. So yeah. I love that about it. Yeah. We're watching. Yeah. He's gonna be putting the video on from Christmas time. Courtney Dempsey, it looks like. And there's some ladies. Go ahead, ladies, dancing right now. So yeah, so we have that up. So I think that's really cool. I've seen you guys at the Kings games. When you guys go off together, so let's say when you go to perform at a Niners game, do you guys make it a weekend with each other's significant others and things like that? Is it a girl time? Tell me a little bit about that.
Sometimes, you know, it's a lot of us. So some women take advantage of making it a girl trip. Sometimes it's like a quick day trip for some of us because, you know, we still have life to get back to.
Life still goes on, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes it's booking a flight and landing early and getting ready for performance and coming back home and preparing for the next thing. But man,
it's so awesome. I'm totally listening to you. I'm sorry to interrupt. I have chills right now just watching this clip because
yes, I see my girls getting it.
Yes, because they every single one of them, big, small, whatever. Yeah. Right now, they're killing
it. So many different ages, so many generations, man.
And the confidence that is oozing, the confidence of a woman, when a woman has true confidence and that little look we get on her face.
Yes, it's beautiful.
I've seen mothers, it is.
Mothers and daughters dancing together. You know, so it's just like, look at that. Look at that. Look at the ladies. Go girls.
That is so dope. I love that. And I love like it's saying that you have Latin-based dance and all kinds. So I know that the choreography is never just a hip hop thing or, you know, something like that. You guys really integrate people. You know, the head of the program of the organization, past dancers. You know, it's not just me getting out there. I mean, I was a dancer too, but just somebody getting out there and putting an organization together. So you have the foundations and you have the true knowledge behind dancing. So you guys cover Latin dancing, you cover African, you cover hip hop, you may do something, you know, so that's pretty dope. Tell us a little bit more about that. How that's implemented.
Well, Venetia James, the creator, founder of Hundreds Unit, her visions. She has these visions and I'm just honored to be a tool to bring these visions to life. Some of the performance pieces that we've done have just me standing on the outside and being able to like see what we're going to present has brought me to tears.
I was just going to say that. I saw one. It must have been around Black History Month, maybe, because it was very deeply rooted, you know, in our history and in the pain, but then the victory that we found from it. So, I mean, we don't go to Kings games because we're not Kings fans, so they had to be either tickets were free or they're playing Warriors. But so it was a couple of years. But I get that. And that's what is powerful about dance is that it very much evokes emotions. And I'm a huge fan of So You Think You Can Dance. Yeah. One of my favorite things I will never forget was You Get the Best of Me. And it was with Saber.
Oh, that made me cry. I could still watch that.
Right? That, oh my gosh.
I'm going to have to take another hit of my bong for that one.
Because that's what, like, I'm feeling seriously emotional right now. That was
girl, the drama of the time. I'm just like, oh my God.
So good. So good though, right? But I love that. And it's, I love that we have a community and that we're so diverse that appreciate shows like So You Think You Can Dance. And, you know, shout out to Kaida, you know, from Sacramento, killing it on the J-Lo show, J-Lo and the Neo and
it's so much talent.
Water dance, there you go.
There's stuff on TV right now?
Oh my God, yeah, it's on right if he has to win. Like, I'm not even watching it, but I know he has to win.
How coronavirus shut down everything but dance TV.
That's true.
That's ridiculous.
Well, so this season probably would have been taped months ago. Probably right before Corona got was going rampant. But you're right. All dance shows and like reality contestant shows haven't stopped, because I know they're ready to come out with another Masked Singer.
Big Brother started.
Oh yeah, Big Brother started. I don't know, but they did a lot of testing people every day, and somebody that came up positive, they replaced them. So yeah, so that's really crazy. But yeah, so my son actually is taking Kaida's one of his dance classes now. He's taking it where he practices it. Kaida made like a little video or whatever, and so he practices it, and it's so cute because I'm watching him and I'm like, I think he's teaching you choreography to something. I just kind of remember what it was like to be that age and take dance classes, and then all of a sudden I was like, boy, you are learning the choreography to bop. He was like, I am. I was like, yes, you are. So I am so juiced. And I'm so waiting for him to get to that final part where he can put it all together. And I have to remind myself not to be that mom, not to be that like, okay, look, it's in your face. You don't need to smile too much. Like, I don't want to be that because I was a dancer, but
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough. So what does this seem like here in Sacramento with dance? And then how did you implement that, or how did you become interested in becoming a yogi, and then combining the two beautiful things of that, very powerful flower that is cannabis, and the very powerful, wellness enhancing practice of yoga. So how does those all kind of tied in together?
Well, a little background on how I honestly came to the point of merging the two is I went through a tough time facing depression. Being diagnosed depressed at about age 24.
Oh, wow. It's tough to deal with.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't even think I realized what depression really was at that time. I just knew it as a word. I didn't think that it was something that I would ever be affected with.
And we don't get depressed. Get out of your feelings, get up and get back to what you need. So yeah, so that's why I was saying it's hard to deal with and to face at 24 because of the stigmas that we have as a community. And then as a woman, wanting to be powerful and have it all together all the time. So yeah.
Right. That's so true. And once I was diagnosed with depression, I immediately started doing the work. Like you said, like you don't know when you're going through things, especially if you're conditioned to keep going, pushing through, suppressing emotions by holding back tears and
pray about it. Pray about it. There's nothing wrong.
And it's like, or just not feeling the feelings when they arise, and just not just really having a human experience.
Yeah. Yes.
A robot.
Yes. And that's what happens. When you ignore it,
people want you to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it was so much stuff. But I got the help. I started therapy.
Good.
Yes.
Kudos. That's another one, because we don't do that either.
No, when I found out, I got to work. I didn't like how I felt. So I was.
And you have to admit that.
Yeah.
You got to get to that space.
I was in a really low space. I was in a really dark space. I never felt that way before. I was crying every day. I was at work crying. I was taking bathroom breaks.
Yes. And it's scary because you feel like, I'm crazy. You do feel.
I couldn't go to work and work a regular work. Like, it's so easy to bust out 8 hours, and maybe if I still have some energy, do a little bit of overtime, get some extra money.
Yeah.
That's the point where I got into work, and it was just like, I'm suffocating.
Just gonna do it. Yeah.
So,
Every aspect of your life becomes even more difficult every single day. So if there's any of you out there that are like kind of identifying, like maybe your back was turned and now you're looking at the TV more, or you're turning up the radio, take accountability. Don't be scared, because I think when people don't take accountability in a situation like that, it's out of fear. And take everybody else out of it. It's you. It's only when you. you know, and you have to do what's best. So I give you kudos for being able to not ignore, let our upbringing, you know, desensitize you, and then also program you to ignore it, but you look at it head on. So that's
yeah, because it's like, I mean, you don't, anybody that's ever experienced any type of depression from any trauma in their life, whether it's from childhood or, you know, maybe recently losing somebody, whatever the case may be, it was just important to me. Like, I didn't like the person that I was. I didn't like how sometimes I treated people because I wasn't myself. And so of course, when you get diagnosed, your doctor prescribes you medicine. And what I did not like about taking medicine was that there was no way that you can really like be like, okay, I'm better. I don't have depression. I don't have depression. I've healed. I don't want to take this medicine anymore. It didn't work like that. It was like, okay, if you stop taking it, you can start having these feelings again. And then
you then come up with, you know, 5 other illnesses or ailments or whatever it may be. But then you,
and then
multiplied.
They upped the dosage. And so I got to a point to where I didn't want to depend on something to be happy. I really wanted to go within and find a way to bring that happiness to myself. So that's when I started to educate myself on cannabis. And like before then, like I would like smoke here and there, but I was like a social smoker. I didn't know how to grow weed. I smoked with peasants. You know, but then when it got to the point where it was just like, okay, this is how I need to feel. So what do I need to smoke? What do I need to eat? And as well as that, what do I need to actively and physically do for myself to also make me feel better? So
and maintain that. I like that.
Yeah. So one of the first dispensary that I went to where I was able to practice yoga and be high at, and not like go get high before. Was a therapeutic alternative.
Yes, shout out.
I went there, and I went there like, you know, you had to have a card. You had to have your card to get in the door.
Serious, okay?
Before it was legalized, so
it was not 2020, okay, where everybody could walk up off the street. No, it was a deal, okay? It was so, and costly.
Right. So I took my first infused class there, and it wasn't, I don't know what I was expecting going in there. I thought that we were going to be doing like warriors and all these different yoga poses, and we went in there and we was in that bitch breathing, and I was high, but I felt the vibration that I felt and the feeling that I got. Even if I did that same practice without, I'm pretty sure I would have still felt as light as I did leaving. But I was just like, this feeling, having this edible and practicing on my breathing and focusing on my breathing and focusing on myself and being present and not thinking about what has happened or went wrong in my past or what I have to take care of that I'm dreading. It's like, how do I feel right now in this moment? And how and what have
I learned from the fact that how I felt and how I feel? You know, what's the effect of that? I'm almost crying, and so I don't want to because I'm not the cutest crier, but I can relate times of thousands. You know, I wouldn't say that I was clinically, not ever clinically diagnosed, but I think because I was so unhappy with when I was working and not really living in my passion and purpose, that it was just trickling down. So I took a class with Angie, Miss Angie of Afro Yoga here in Sacramento, who's also just so inspirational. I remember going and taking a class with her, doing like with her free, it was her and they were having an open studio in Oak Park. And so I
At
went.
the Hood Life?
Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I did a couple of Friday events after that, with Mary Jane that can become Cannabliss with the Mary Jane Maven. So I did that afterwards, after that kind of ventured into. But I remember going and it was an afternoon event, and we did breathing and we danced with each other, and I was like, wow.
I was there.
I think you would. Yes, you have to.
I was there.
Now that I was talking about it, I'm like, I think you are. Yeah. So
I was there. I went home and cried that day. I
cried there. Yes.
I cried that day.
The Yogi steam lady was there.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I got my steam pot.
Yes.
After her, I was like, can we set an appointment so I can see how this stuff works?
Yeah.
After that first steam, I was like, honey, where's the pot? I need to do this.
It was right. Like, I need to know about that ASAP. But oh my God, hubby is such a great producer. I didn't even know.
I remember that.
Pop that up. So that I cried my ass off.
Yeah, I went home and cried.
And I got in the car. I think I still have the video. I remember getting in the car going, holy shit, you guys. What I just went through is so transformative, and I feel like I know what I need to do. And
I know.
And from there, and just really from there, it was like something just lit underneath me. And I've been able to really build good relationships of just that cover different, different aspects of what I probably was lacking in my life that now is enhanced because of these individuals that I've met. And you only realize that, guys, when you take the time to really kind of reflect and look back. I definitely think I'm a much better person in the past 3 years than I ever was. And it used to, and when I first started this transformation, it bothered me, like, why can't I be this whole time? Because that's not what life's about, and I'm just blessed enough to have found this one over here that doesn't want to leave me, and he's just helped me through that process to be able to become, who I am now. And, I can't wait to see who I am in another 30 years. Dope shit. I don't know. But,
would you say you prefer edibles or smoking?
Good question.
What's that?
Do you prefer edibles or smoking?
Okay, so when I'm practicing yoga, honestly, edibles. Just because it's healthier.
And I think it comes on, it probably comes on, the effect of it comes on when you're working, when you're doing your yoga and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you're able to kind of, I think, slow it down a bit so it's less intense, but you do get more of that body.
Or even if you want to feel the effects of the cannabis when you start the practice, just taking it like, 15 minutes before, that usually helps. But it's so much healthier. Smoking just in general, it's just not really good for the lungs, taking in all the smoke. But I don't knock anybody that does it because I still roll up a joint. So smoking is like my recreational thing when I'm not necessarily trying to get the healing purpose of this plant right now. I'm using this plant to have fun, to relax, and I want it to be faster. Yeah. So, but don't get me wrong. I've smoked and got on the mat. It's whatever you prefer, but I do think that edibles, like a nice, like, depending on your tolerance, but I feel like always starting off with like 10 milligrams is always great.
Do you ever practice infusing your own, or have you ever made your own?
Yeah. I've made my own like oil at home. Like
there you go.
Olive oil, and I've like literally just like that to cook my dinner.
Yeah, yep.
Like, my breakfast. Yeah. And that's the best way to consume it is to like ingest it into your body.
And on a good fat, like attached to a good fat, which that coconut oil. So this one over here has been just a little in the kitchen the past 3-4 nights. But he's made a massage oil, he made a topical, and then he made a bomb ass lube. Let me tell you, and it's so versatile, and I always keep a mason jar about this big of coconut oil, and I do the same thing. Cook with it, make my baby's macaroni and cheese with it. Yes, I do, and they are okay. So you know how to decarbonate on your own, and perfect.
Yeah, and it's that's something that people should know how to do. And again, those are the things that made me, after experiencing that day at the Hub Life with Angie, I was like, man, that's when it like all kind of clicked what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in a space with women that were looking for the same things as me, that were looking to get to know themselves again, be reintroduced to themselves, feel safe, feel welcome, feel seen and heard. And that was the first time that I experienced something like that. And I was like, man, like, and I want to connect with women like this because my circle of friends were starting to dwindle down, but that's because space was being made for people that needed to be brought into my life.
That are meant for this time and this journey of your life. And we have a hard time as women, I think, making that connection or distinction between the two. You know, you'll see them and they'll be cool and you'll still have feelings for them or whatever, you know, but what they were supposed to do in your life, their time has come to do that, and vice versa. So now let's go ahead, like you said, and open it up. Now, same thing, same exact journey. I can definitely relate to that. Yeah. And it's amazing. It's a very good feeling. And I just we always get into conversations and I'm like, we'll keep it brief. And I know that you have to go very shortly here. So I hate to cut it off. It's very hard for me to do so. I can tell you. But what I do want to talk about is just share with people a little bit. And, you know, I'd love for you to come back and be on maybe like a pussy power episode where we really get into cannabis and how it definitely helps us to tap into our, you know, divine femininity. And we talk about, you know, a little bit of WAP. That's how white people say it, WAP, right? WAP. That song's fire. I don't know who talking about. Video. That's choreography I'm trying to learn. So I know, you know, maybe Sade can put that together for us so we can have a little bit. But yeah, so why don't you go ahead and share with everybody, you know, how they'd be able to get in contact with you. Do you do virtual training or anything right now with the cannabis?
I do virtual training. Okay. Again, like I'm all for like COVID. I've been finding though, with the sun being out, a lot more people wanting to meet up in the park and do yoga, which I do offer. Okay. I offer online. I offer in person. I do personal sessions as well. So, and I do like intimate, like small group settings too. Like if anybody is doing like self-care Sunday and
that'd be cute. Like a little that'd be cute.
Yeah, and you want to practice some mindfulness, I do that as well.
Do you work with couples at all, or is it just for women? Or
oh no, men and women. I cater to everybody. If somebody needs my service and if I can provide it. And I feel like our Black brothers need to know, like, yoga is not just for women. It's not a soft thing. Yes. You know, like.
I just not that flexible. It's hard.
And I told you that flexible,
but you don't have to be flexible. You do what works for your body, and there's different versions and modifications for every single pose. So.
Okay.
Do they have a couch version?
Yeah. There's a chair version for every single pose. You can do something sitting in the chair. So
I'm at that.
You just sound like a lazy ass. There a couch version for stretching.
Look at that.
There is. I've done yoga in the bed.
Yeah, and I know there is, but just like hearing him, like, okay. I just feel like he just, you know, he shared a sentiment that probably many other men are like, yes, that part. Can I watch the fight, you know, and do that? So I was trying to see if you can put up her logo really quickly, babe.
Where's it at?
She was gonna say the name, so I'm gonna leave it
that. You'll see it on my Facebook cover photo. I don't have it up.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, you know, he's real quick, he's resourceful.
You said Facebook?
Yeah, on my cover photo. But yes, you can find me on my Instagram. It's at Sade Renee 1, SADERENEE 1. You can email me if you want to talk a little bit more and get some information. My email is SADE RENEE89 @gmail. And yeah, let me know if I can help you with anything. I'm here to create a safe space for Black people, in particular, but I hold space for everybody. But 2020 has been a tough year for everybody. Everybody has been experiencing different things, from grief, to financial burdens, and
Your children are home. You are
yeah,
homeschooling them.
homeschooling, yes. So it's a time now for people to also, it's a lot of people finding their purpose within this time of rest and reflecting. But it's so important, guys. Like, if you work from home, if your kids is taking a nap, take a nap.
Yes, right?
Find some time to take care of yourself and show some self-compassion and some self-love.
Because that trickles down.
Break right now.
Yeah, no, it trickles down to you being able for you guys to be able to be in the house another 6 months together. As real talk. So you definitely have to do that. But yeah, I know we will be sharing your information.
What's your Facebook?
Sade Renee, SADERENEE.
Oh, you misspelled it before. So yeah, so we will. I'm probably going to be continuing for a few minutes here after we wrap up, because I know you have to get to your obligation. I was like, oh girl, it'll be 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's been an hour and a half. My bad.
Okay, we got that we got to do a part 2.
That absolutely means that. So we are going to do that. Yes, sir. That is correct. We will schedule next month. Yeah, right. Yep. We will schedule for the Pussy Power. We've had this month, so I'll be in contact with you for next month. We can chat a little more, get because I know the world is going to give us some more mess to talk about. So we'll get to chat a little bit more. Very quickly before we sign off here, because we did just have a beautiful thing happen with a very powerful woman, a very powerful queen, who we all know as Miss Kamala Harris. How do you feel about her nomination? And what do you think the outcome or the prospect of us having a better next 4 years than this previous 4 years we're living in?
I feel proud. I feel really proud. I feel like right now we're I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes you don't want neither one to be elected president.
And that's the case for a lot of people. Right? Yeah.
I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but if you feel like you gotta pick between which slave master is gonna rule the land, and you don't want either one, but you gotta pick somebody, because it's important for you to know that okay, if they're both not ideal, who's behind this person. And I feel like
you're right.
It's long overdue, but I feel like with her behind Joe Biden,
things will be fixed, guys.
It's some reassurance.
Yes, he won't he won't be able to do everything.
Somebody in your ear that's okay, well, don't forget, let's hold some accountability.
Yeah. So all the problems that you see, that everybody sees with Joe, and they're like, I don't want him, blah blah blah. Well, just imagine your mama being your vice president. Because that's pretty much what it's going to be. He's going to have a Black woman who's strong, who's really going to be running office. Because if you guys also know about politics, they don't really do shit. They're just the face. They got to have everybody else, add in. So
you also have another opinion about Mr. Biden, or
that he likes Black women. Oh yeah.
Who doesn't though?
We're going to find the right facts.
Who doesn't?
And on that note,
why?
That is all. That is all that we need here. I like that you wrapped it up with that. Perfect. Yes. One day I'm going to show proof. We're going to find that video. We're going to show everybody, baby, what we're talking about when they were leaving office. But I do want to thank you. Like I said, I can continue to talk, and I don't want to make you, I will be in contact with you to get you scheduled for next month. I think I'm going to have a panel of beautiful queens. And let's get into here and let's talk about good stuff. Let's talk about what makes us so powerful. And we know what that is. Let's do it. Yes.
Let's do it.
Queen, thank you so much. This has been a blessing. It's been a good time, especially when we were able to match up our schedules prior to this. But
Yes.
I'm so appreciative for you, and it's just realizing that we met even longer ago than what I thought. Since shows up my spine.
Full circle.
Yes, right.
3 years ago.
Yes,
3
I may
years
cry
ago.
after this, guys. I may cry. But yes, so thank you so much. You have a fully blessed and safe evening. We'll be talking soon, and you guys go check her out. We have all her information, and we'll have it at the bottom of the video, and I'll have that on anything that we post. And yeah, girl. So get at me if you need me. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Cool deal. Oh, cute.